not really a trade-off to me because it's like an act.
Yeah. So I want this channel to provide value for you guys. And part of the reason why I haven't posted for 2 weeks is I've been fighting with this edit. And after a while I realized, I'm talking about lighting in this latest tutorial, and I didn't even like the lighting that I shot. And after watching this 13-minute video, I realized I could explain everything to you guys in 30 seconds. The whole video was about Rembrandt lighting. Essentially, Rembrandt lighting comes from the painter Rembrandt from many centuries ago. And when you put a light beside someone's face, there's a little triangle that happens to be cast on the opposite side of their face, on their cheekbone. And this is just kind of a basic guide to where to place lights to know, do you want the Rembrandt triangle, do you want flat lighting, or do you want really high con lighting? So anyways, there's Rembrandt lighting. And I couldn't stand posting a video like that because I want to provide you guys value. I don't want to put anything here that doesn't help you. So when I depressingly wrestled with that edit for many nights and reshot parts of it and just in the end just hated the video, I thought, you know what? Let me record a new video for you guys today. So, there we go, focus. When I think about one of the most important things we should be talking about, something that's always taking up space in our mind and affecting our decisions as creators, well, it's this, money. So in my experience, in my 15 years of filmmaking, here are the things that I know I never have regretted spending money on. Oh, and it goes without saying that you should always put your money into savings account when possible. This is never a bad choice. But the rest of what I'm talking about today has to do with filmmaking. And just before I get into point number one, I gotta thank you guys. You did something really cool. See, on my birthday about a month and a half ago, I sold my LUTs for 50% off. It was really cool. You guys came in droves, and I was really touched, not only by all the support that you guys showed, but all the beautiful birthday messages. So what I did is I took all the money that day that I made from my LUTs, and that was about $1,000 Canadian, and I've given it away. I've invested it into Bangladesh, where my dad is a humanitarian worker, and we've given the money to families who have been affected by the coronavirus. You see, a lot of us haven't been able to work during the pandemic, especially in less developed countries where a lot of the people are living below the poverty line. So thank you, we've been able to provide dozens and dozens of families with food and shelter during these tough times in COVID. So thank you. And so getting back to what you should be investing your money into, I'm gonna talk about two pieces of gear after that I know never lose their value. But the first thing I wanna talk about is music. See, music for me is one of the most important parts of filmmaking. It's where I get inspired for all my films, whether it's the film I just did for CNN or Battleground or one of my older films like Rescate. I started by listening to music, and that's where all the inspiration came for the images, the scenes, and the shots for those films.
Is everything good?
Oh, it's beautiful.
As machines tumbled from side to side, we found ourselves between the lines.
I'm so surprised how little people invest into music, whether it's actually investing into a real-life composer or using the right sound library. And there's great ways to actually make money off music. You see, there's things like the Epidemic Sound with their commercial plan. It's only about $300 per year, which, to put in perspective, when I started in filmmaking, to buy one song for a commercial that you're creating costs thousands of dollars. And Epidemic Sound has a huge library of music and sound effects, and what they do that no one else does is they give you the stems to the music so you can pull out the parts of the song that you may not like. And just to put it in perspective, if you get something like the commercial plan for $300, it might feel like a big investment up front, but you can make that money back so quickly. You see, I have the commercial plan, and so when I did this commercial for Toyota and I used Epidemic Sound music, I charged the client $250 for music. I almost have paid for the entire subscription. That just means I need a couple more clients and I can charge each one of them $50, $75 for music. And before you know it, I'm making money off of that subscription plan. And having access to a big library like that, especially sound effects, can help you add many layers to your films. For Battleground, all of the ambient sounds, whether it was birds chirping or buses in the background, I actually used the Epidemic sound effects library for this. So I can't recommend it high enough. Invest into good music in your films. And if you're smart, there's ways to make money off it also. Alexa, focus. I'm just kidding, it's a Sony. But one of the other most important things you should be investing into is lighting. See, lighting hasn't really changed since about Genesis 1.3 or the Big Bang. Now, lighting technology has advanced in terms of wireless functionality and LEDs, but in reality, lighting ain't gonna get any softer. So for you want to invest into some good lights. Now, you don't have to buy an aperture light necessarily, but what I'm saying is that lighting is such a great investment. I've sold many of my lights and they usually only go down 25 to 30% in value. It's not like a camera body, which the second you buy your camera body, it's lost at least 20% of its value. And then if you sell your camera in 2 to 3 years from now, it's even lost more value. Cameras are constantly being updated. This FX6 right now, yes, it is one of the latest cameras, but give Sony a couple hours from now and I'm sure they'll have released another 6 cameras. Can't really get married to your camera because soon enough it's gonna become obsolete. But I use a variety of lights, but one of my favorite lights is the Aperture, especially this 300D. And why I like this light is, again, it's the investment. It is more money, but the thing is robust. 300D is strong enough of a light that I can use this on real film sets and I don't have to be afraid of it getting beat up or broken. A lot of the lights you'll see on Amazon, they're very affordable, but those things will break and the technology of the light also isn't that stable. I'm not gonna name some companies, but I've had a lot of different little LED panels and the circuitry in them has crapped out really quickly. This Aperture light is super heavy, super robust, and there's design elements with it, such as the power pack here, where they have this rope on it so you can just hang it on any of your C-stands and you don't have to worry about it falling down or it stressing the power cables. It's little things like that that go a long way, and I know that this light is gonna last me many, many, many years, and it's a powerful light. And like I said, lighting isn't improving. Soft light is soft light. Technology might slightly improve, but the quality of light isn't necessarily gonna be going all that far up. Okay, so we've spoken about music, we've spoken about lighting, and the last piece of gear, I'm sure you've guessed it, it's lenses. Now, lenses are super important to invest into because they hold their value over many, many, many years. I bought this Helios lens for more than it cost when it was made 40 years ago. This Sigma lens has gone down in price maybe about $100 since it came out, I think about 8 years ago. But you think about a camera body, it drops price within months of it being released. Lenses hold their value. And if you've watched this channel, you know I'm always saying get a 24 and get a 50, but I would really encourage you, if you're gonna make an investment, get a good, high quality, sharp, wide lens. The difference between a cheap wide lens and an expensive one is huge, but the difference between a cheap 50mm and an expensive 50mm is a little less. So I would say invest first in a good sharp wide lens. You won't regret it. They're so versatile because you can crop in and get that anamorphic look. You want to be able to show the wide expanse of your environment. Like some of my favorite films are by the director Terrence Malick, and he's always shooting on wide lenses. Our eyes are a wide and close medium, and that's what wide lenses are. They bring you into the scene. For almost the entire film of No Country is an Island, we shot on the 24mm, this very one, the Sigma. I like it so much that I have two, one for Canon and one for Sony. Now, I'm not sponsored by Sigma. I just really like this lens because it is so shallow, it is so sharp, and it's tiny, and the focus is easy to use when you're by it yourself. So I hope this video helped, guys. I want to be giving you guys tips that really apply, and I couldn't just show you guys that Rembrandt video. In the end, 13 minutes of that is not going to really be helpful for you guys. I want you to be able to invest in the right pieces of gear. So thank you for watching this, and again, thank you for all the money that you invested in those LUTs on my birthday. I appreciate that. We've gone and helped many families over in Bangladesh. And thank you for watching. You're one of the 10%ers. I'll see you guys on the next one.